Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel As I See You Tarot. This is a 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for the time period of October 1 through October 15th of 2020. Keep in mind that this is a general reading for a larger collective of Tauruses and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with everyone, and it's perfectly okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I've already shuffled the cards and requested the universe guidance, and the cards that were selected were ejected on their own. The 5 cards that exit during the shuffle for this overall energy reading are lined up here. So Taurus, the first card here represents your past influences, things that were significant within the last few months, the overall energy reading that was significant. In some cases the issues may have resolved, and others may still be sort of lingering to your present. The second card here represents your overall energy for your present moment during this time period. And the third card here represents the overall energy for your future issues, energy readings during this time period. And the fourth card here represents the overall energy during this time period for challenges that you may encounter. Keep in mind that this does not imply that challenges would be negative. They're just provided for issues, things to be aware of. And finally, the fifth card here, this represents the overall energy outcomes for this period of things that you're resolving during the same time period. So, in our past influences, we have the 9 of Pentacles, except we have it in reverse. Okay, Taurus, what I'm picking up here, and things that your overall energy for many Taurans were in your past influences was, the past few months anyway, was about self-worth. For many Tauruses, it was an opportunity to sort of reflect on your own sense of self-worth and value. For some, on one hand, you may have been questioning whether you are enough, whether your skills are valuable, whether you can charge higher prices or for your services, or you can ask for a pay raise, or do you attract the right people in your life as far as relationship issues. I'm picking up that you may, for some Taurans, you were undervalued, or you were working free if it was a job issue, or you accepted a lower salary, or you sort of just settled in a relationship that was not you thought was going to make you happy, but was more complicated. For some Tauruses, you were dealing with sort of focusing on your self-worth and trying to invest in yourself, and you might have made some minor changes by taking a stand and sort of either I get the feeling that some sort of made a quick jump out of something, either out of a job that they're unhappy with, or out of some sort of relationship or some sort of friendship that they were involved in. But what was important for you after you took that leap was to sort of practice self-love. And that's, but I'm picking up that, Tauruses, you were sort of reluctant to spend money on yourself to some degree, as far as, pampering yourself. And, again, it was sort of running from something is what I'm picking up here, or leaving something. Tauruses, for your past, present overall energy, or your past influences overall energy, the reverse 9 of Pentacles can appear, particularly when you're demonstrating that you're working or sort of hustling, and that you have no time or energy to enjoy what it is that you're doing or enjoy the people that you're with. There's just something that's keeping you preoccupied. You felt that you're sort of missing out on opportunities that you were creating or trying to create, and this card here for in your past was sort of providing you sort of to identify what your limit, what your breaking point is in some point, and when do you sort of stop and smell the roses and sort of get out of I'm picking up sort of a toxic or some sort of relationship that just went around in circles, like I'm picking up like a merry-go-round, and so some were able to sort of get out of that situation and sort of find some minimal time by themselves, but I don't get the feeling that you were able to break whatever that sort of energy was that you needed to rejuvenate yourself. For Tauruses, the reverse Nine of Pentacles here suggests that you may have been, needing to release some sort of practice or housing or standard of living. You may have to have moved, or you may have been trying to release a relationship, is what I'm picking up for some. For some Tauruses, you may feel that you need the best of everything, but in reality, all you really need is those that are closest to you, like your family and loved ones. This card here in your past was basically reminding you to not be afraid to take a cut in your income if it's going to reduce, some negativity. It's about you can make up for it, and it's about your finances as well, and sort of identifying where you can spend and where you need to save. It's in your relationships, it's about either looking at some sort of you were trying to find some sort of independence versus I'm picking up sort of a codependency, or because for some you kept going back again. That merry-go-round sort of keeps popping up, something with relationships and identifying negativity and then leaving and then going back. In your overall energy for your present, you have Taurus, the Queen of Swords. Now, of interest, in your present state here, the Queen of Swords, Taurus, is about mental clarity and intellectual power. That's what it represents in the Suit of Swords, and it demonstrates with maturity and sort of a receptiveness of a queen. For some Tauruses, you have the gift of being able to sort of use your intellect and your unbiased judgment, while also remaining flexible and being open to receive input from a variety of sources. However, when it comes to leading, you need to, you're sort of been leading from your in some cases leading from your head and not from your heart. However, I get a mix that might have been going back and forth. I'm not quite clear on that. However, there was a lot of confusion and sort of being able to discern situations without sort of influence of emotion or sentimentality. Some may believe that empathy or compassion towards or I'm getting the feeling it was a person or some sort of relationship that you needed to take one direction, but you kept getting distracted instead, and there's a procrastination that seems to be dragging on. Again, that theme of sort of merry-go-round is being repeated here, sort of that rinse, repeat, and repeat in behaviors. That you got distracted easily from your task, whatever you knew what your goal was in your past here, but somehow you kept getting merry-go-round, distracted. It's sort of strange here. It's about trying to connect with others and sort of in an intellectual understanding versus an emotional one. There's relying a lot of sort of a negative emotion, not necessarily a positive emotion for some. The Queen of Swords, Taurus, notes that you were seeking the truth, and that's a goal for you. You're open to hearing the thoughts and opinions of others, but ultimately, you're going to filter out information to decipher what's true and what's not for you. when you're interacting with others, Taurus, you're not going to tolerate sort of mistruths and excessive fluff. You prefer, to get to the heart of the matter without engaging in too much chit chat or gossip. The Queen of Swords here, Taurus, suggests in your present that you have a sort of this innate ability to tell it like it is, and that you're a quick thinker if you use those skills. You're highly perceptive. You can be sort of piercing through noise and confusion and get straight to the point when you need to. At times right now, it's about not beating around the bush or softening of your comments, opinions, or thoughts. You're being upfront, particularly with someone that's you're close to, and you're being honest in your views, and you are expecting the same from others. And for this reason, Taurus, many people are trying to sort of respect your opinion and come to you for advice, especially if they need clarity. However, the key here I'm getting is that you need to be able to accept your own advice at times. I'm picking up here, Taurus, is for some that as determined and independent and a resilient individual that you can be, it's critical that you establish clear boundaries, and that you're quick to call out those who sort of cross you. People, this isn't the time to mess around with you right now. Not because you are a threat to them or you want to inflict violence. It's just because you've set up some expectations up front about how you want to be treated, and some of the people are going to be intimidated by you, and it's going to be a change for someone that you're close to because they're not used to seeing this side of you. However, but once others get past this sort of tough exterior that you're exhibiting, and there's going to be a sense, a development of sort of a trust and respect for you, and then they're going to see your softer side. In your present future state here, we have the Hermit. Now, interesting. So, as we know, this is a major arcana card here. Taurus, in your future overall energy here, the Hermit here shows that you're trying to take a break from everyday life. You're trying to draw on your energy and attention inward, and you're seeking answers. You're looking for deep within your soul about what it is that you want and where you want to go and what your future is. For some, you're gonna realize that there's a profound sense of truth and knowledge within yourself, and not in the distractions of the outside world. And I'm picking up that for many Tauruses, you simply have been distracted or looking for a distraction or sort of a procrastination here. What you want to do is sort of leave behind the mundane and go off on a journey of self-discovery. And sometimes, when you do that and sort of get out of your current environment, this is going to be led by inner wisdom and your guiding light. Right now, Taurus, is the perfect time to get out of your routine and go somewhere. Go on a pilgrimage, go on a trip, do anything that you can do to sort of contemplate your motivations, to evaluate your personal values and your principles, and get close to your authentic self. What is it that you really want? And sort of, the Hermit invites you to sort of retreat into another world, and sometimes that is going to involve travel. Go someplace for a bit. Be in touch with yourself instead of distractions and procrastination. There's a calling for you to develop this sort of a deep sense of seclusion and introspection right now. And what I'm picking up here is, internally, Taurus, is you need to take this journey alone, but you're having sort of this is you've been procrastinating. You don't want to take it alone, but you need to take this trip alone, and the important thing of here is that you will grow wiser beyond your years by doing it. And if you take this trip in this sort of this time away, this retreat, you're going to tune into your inner guiding light that you're searching for, Taurus, and you will hear the answers that you need to hear. You'll grow wise. This is about finding your light and shine on your soul, Taurus, and create your own sort of unique path. and it's going to allow you to see what lies ahead, not miles upon miles, but enough to know where your next move is. And from then there, you can take it a day at a time. But right now, you need to sort of, become the hermit. Taurus, the hermit here is appearing because you're at a pivotal point in your life and considering a new direction. It's advised that you do meditation and sort of contemplate and do a self-examination. Some Tauruses, you may have begun to sort of reevaluate your personal goals, and you're perhaps trying to take the right steps to change your overall course. But with this sort of retreat here, it's going to take a little bit more. You need to get away and sort of look at your life with a deeper, more spiritual understanding, and a few of your priorities are going to change as a result. The hermit here is going to represent a desire to turn away from sort of what you've been used to, and it's encouraging you to focus on your inner world. It's sort of moving in a different direction that you need to do, it's about sort of seeking answers and just taking a break so that you can think clearly with solitude and without day-to-day interactions, and you will succeed. But you have to sort of get off the merry-go-round and stop procrastinating. In your immediate challenges here of this time period, we have again a major arcana card, and we have the Hangman. Now, keep in mind the Hangman here represents change as well. So, Taurus, the Hangman showing up here in your challenges is going to remind you that sometimes you have to put everything on hold before you can take your next step. And if you don't do it, the universe is going to do it for you on your behalf. And it may not be a convenient time. But however, if you may have been heard saying that what you got here is not going to get you there, and you need a change. And indeed, the Hangmans in the universe are playing this card now. They know you putting off something, so this is about stopping whatever you're doing and changing. The Hangman is calling upon you, Taurus, to release old mental models and behavior patterns that no longer serve you, and it's encouraging you to get a new perspective and embrace new opportunities that would otherwise have been hidden from you if you don't hit on the brakes. And this is about hitting on the brakes because there's something destructive or toxic around you that you need to change, but you're dragging your feet, and I think it fits back here. Here's the thing here, Taurus, when you have the Hangman, it's about creating pauses, and these pauses can be voluntary or involuntary. Taurus, if you're in tune with your own intuition, you'll start to have a sense for when it's time to sort of hit the brakes and put things on hold before things get way out of hand. But if you're not in alignment, and you're oblivious sort of to these intuitive signs, the universe is probably going to put things on hold for you in a form of continued obstacles, ill health, breakdowns, miscommunication, challenges. When you sense the pause is coming to you, pay attention to it. Otherwise, the universe will turn up the volume and until you sort of can't ignore it anymore, and things might get over dramatic. Excuse me. The Hangman is appearing here can affect projects and activities that may be coming to an unexpected abrupt halt. Don't push things forward. You don't push something right now. It's not going to work. If you're pushing a relationship, it's not going to work. I've got a tickle here. Sorry. What it's telling you to do is now is the time to surrender and take a pause. Right now, this Hangman is saying you are past due the pause. And this is serving as a chance to reassess and reevaluate where your path is. It's telling you, Taurus, that something new is emerging, but you won't be able to see it until you allow time and space for it to come through. So it's about stop procrastinating. In your fifth card of your outcomes for this period, you have the King of Swords. This is in reverse position, though. So interesting. So that Taurus, the King of Swords here in reverse represents a quiet power. It's basically saying that you may not to be the loudest person in the room or the most visible on a public platform in some way. However, it's saying that you have a lot of things to contribute and share sort of your own magical way. It's reminding you that you have power and authority to come that's within you, and but you need a belief in yourself, and you need a deep connection with your own values and your own commitment to stand firm in your truth. This is about not allowing others to steer you off course. Instead, it's preferring that you draw on your own energy from your own higher self and connect with what truly matters to you, not what matters to others. That said, sometimes the King of Swords here in reverse can allude to sort of a misuse of power. You may have accumulated power or authority that's gone to your head or your ego, and you're running the show. You may feel you're in a relationship and you have the higher hand and you're just pushing limits, and that may not be the best thing. You may be using your skill and ability to manipulate or persuade others to fulfill or try to fill your personal needs, and that could be from withdrawing love or sex or support as a way to punish a partner or significant other. And you may be using your sort of advanced intellect to make others feel inferior or disadvantaged, and in a way you're sort of masking something, masking your own hurt. A reverse King of Swords here can represent someone who is very intelligent and likes to show off to others, but how smart they are by using sort of big words or discussing sort of lofty topics that no one else knows about. However, this person can also sort of be cutting with his words and critical of others and stern in manner. This card is representing, Taurus, a person in your life or even yourself, either way, that you need to be wary of, because this king may be alluring and intelligent, but however he can do harm. And I'm picking up here that this is really relating to someone of significance to you, in some relationship. And I want to repeat this, that this person that you're involved in, that you may have a charm on here, but again, this card is sort of making an emphasis that be wary of this king, of his alluring behaviors and his intelligence, because he can only do harm to you, in some sort of harm. And that could be taking you off in a different path than what you need to be going. This significant other that you're dealing with really has only his personal interest in mind and will do whatever he can to sort of achieve his own interest, and that's going to be at the expense of you. And it also means taking advantage of you. So Taurus, the reverse King of Swords is about is reflecting back sort of a lack of decisiveness about where your best opportunities lie and in what direction that you want to go. So for some Tauruses, you may lack the mental clarity to work out what you need to do in your own situation, and perhaps your thoughts are scattered and you're feeling sort of panicky and out of control. If this card was in the upright position, the king is typically a very rational man who uses his intelligence and sort of definitive understanding of a situation to make critical decisions. But in the reverse, this card is indicating that you are feeling lost and sort of uncertain about your options. And left alone, the decisions that you need to make is going to be a challenge for you. As a result, you're delaying necessary decisions, and you're generally not achieving anything because you're getting so worried, or you're sort of at a stalemate. And you need to, this goes back to your other cards here, or the Hermit. You need to get out of this situation that you're in, and you need to get away and break. Just get out of town, do something. A break you will feel much different, and you will see things more clear if you will get off the stalemate and stop procrastinating and go take care of you. You're postponing it, and it's just the universe is saying enough, Taurus. You're being stubborn with yourself here, and you deserve better, and things will come better to you if you give yourself a chance. So Tauruses, thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to support this channel, the YouTube algorithms depend on your support, and I depend on it, and that can be done as simply as clicking on the big three, the like video, click the subscribe to my channel, very important, and click on the notification buttons. All will help my channel. Feel free, of course, to leave a comment if you felt any part of this reading was applicable to you, and again, if parts of it wasn't or none of it was applicable, please let it go. It's totally okay. Sometimes it just isn't for particular individuals. So thank you, Taurus, for your time, and we will see you in the second half on October, and have a good one. Take care.